Hey everyone, Andrew here, bringing you another video review, and today we're going to be doing Superman for Tomorrow, Volume 1 and 2. Take a look at that art. Covers are very nice. The blue one is definitely better, but the red one's still pretty good. Telling you guys up front, I'm not going to lie, one of the main attractions for me was Jim Lee is the artist in this, and as you guys know, I love Jim Lee. He's the one that did the art on Hush, and I believe he does Batman and Robin All-Stars. So he has absolutely beautiful art, and that's one of the attractives for me for this graphic novel. However, there is a story to back it up, which brings us into the story. Before I get into the story or anything about the graphic novel, I'm going to tell you right now, this is a confusing story. It's kind of a mystery, and a lot of it doesn't come together until the very end. So I'm going to be putting spoilers up on the side when they start and when they finish. So during this review, I'm going to tell you a lot of the story. Now, if you want to go into the graphic novel without knowing anything about the story and not knowing the spoilers and just going into it with being a mystery, very much like I did, then I suggest using these times to know when the spoilers begin and end so that you can avoid listening to the story. But it will be a little bit more confusing. I am going to tell you that now. However, if you do want an easier read, then listen to the spoilers. It will ruin some of the story for you, but it will make the story go a little bit easier and it will make a little bit more sense. However, in the end, both kinds of people will find out that the story comes together at the end. Now, first of all, let's talk about the kind of the mood of the comic. Superman for Tomorrow is a character analysis of Superman. And, we've seen a lot of character analysis of Superman, his emotions, his honor, what's his code of conduct, how he stands on certain issues. But this really takes a different look into actually Superman's faith, what he believes. I don't know exactly what religion Superman is. I think he's either Roman Catholic or Protestant. I don't know. But he has a lot of talks with a priest in this, and it really takes a look at Superman's faith as a person. Not what necessarily who he is or what his code of conduct is or his honor or what he should do, but more or less what he believes. So that's a unique, interesting aspect to the graphic novel, which I liked. It was something different. And it's a kind of a different kind of touchy issue that comic books don't necessarily go on that much. At least I don't think so. I could be wrong. Now let's get into the story. And again, I will tell you when the spoilers will start. Times again are up there. First up, the story starts off with 1 year ago, from when it starts, 1 million people go missing. They just suddenly disappear. And among those people is Clark Kent's wife, Lois Lane. So Clark, or Superman, we'll refer to him as Superman, is frantically going around looking for Lois, and everyone else too. But he's just going frantic trying to find everyone. Now, spoilers are starting here. Again, spoilers are starting here. Okay. Eventually, Superman finds the focal point of the disturbance, where everything came from, where the big disappearance came from. And he travels and he finds this alien device. And instantly, Superman knows what it is. So he brings it back to the Fortress of Solitude. Now, the device is actually a key to the Phantom Zone. And if you do not know what the Phantom Zone is, the Phantom Zone was created by Superman's father, Jor-El, to imprison convicts and dangerous outlaws on Krypton. And it's kind of like a pocket universe. Superman found this out, and his ever-growing fear of what happened to Krypton could happen to Earth, the whole place blowing up, caused him to create a backup plan. He decided to make this paradise in the Phantom Zone and have it be a last-ditch effort to teleport everyone there if something was to happen to Earth. Now, there's two keys to the Phantom Zone. There's one he left in the Fortress of Solitude, which is one of the devices, and the other one he left in the Phantom Zone. Now, General Zod had been in the Phantom Zone since Krypton blew up, and he found the device. Didn't know what it was, didn't know anything about it, touched it, the device went off into the real world. And there someone tampered with it, which caused everyone to disappear, including Lois Lane. Clark realizes this. During the whole entire time, all the other superheroes are kind of like pissed at Clark. because he's really going at it alone. He's not including them. Everyone's kind of pissed off at him. Anyways, with that said, Clark travels to the Phantom Zone to save everyone, and there he has the final showdown with General Zod. And I'm going to end it there. The spoilers are ended. Okay. Welcome back, everyone that didn't watch the spoilers, if there's anyone out there. So I guess it comes down to what I like, what I don't like, and whether or not you should get it. Well, up front I told you the art is absolutely fantastic. Dimly, beautiful artist. Superman looks very evil in a lot of the art, but again, beautiful art. Definitely suggests that you pick it up, if not for the story, then for the art. The story, again, is a mystery, but it's nice to go in it with the mystery. It's something different with Superman that I'm not usually used to, so the story is nice. Very confusing, but it is nice. I do suggest that you read this all in one sitting. Do not take it in strides. Do not take it in chapters. Read it all in one sitting, both volumes. Because if you don't, you're going to get confused, very confused. So read both volumes in one sitting. Do it at night, whatever. It won't take you that long. I read this really quickly, and it is a fast read. In addition to that, the other good point is that everything comes together well and neat. So I was satisfied with that. It's not like the ending was really sudden and was really like, oh, that doesn't make sense. Everything does come together. So those are the good points. Great art. The story is fairly good. A little confusing, but it is good, and everything comes together at the end. Downsides. Again, it is confusing, and you should read it all in one sitting. In addition to that, I feel as though some points were kind of unnecessary. For example, there's one point where Aquaman contacts Superman to come to Atlantis, where he has a bunch of his army there just basically show off and say, Superman, don't fuck with me. I know you're going into other countries causing trouble. Don't fuck with me. That's kind of random. I mean, that wasn't necessary to the story. Hey, Superman, I'm going to send a seahorse on you if you attack Atlantis. Come on. That stuff like that wasn't necessary. In addition to that, I feel as though there wasn't really that many weak points, just that the story is kind of confusing. You really don't know what's happening until definitely the second volume. The first volume isn't quite as good as the second volume. The second volume reveals more. So, good stuff, great art, great story, comes together at the end, and the character analysis face-wise was nice. Downsides is confusing, you have to read it all in one sitting. Some parts were unnecessary. And the fight with General Zod, oops, that was a spoiler. The final fight could have been better. The final fight could have been better, but it was okay. With that said, Superman for Tomorrow is a good comic book story. However, I don't think it's the best Superman comic book story. It's still good. I suggest picking it up, but there's other Superman stories you should get first. So after getting Man of Steel and the Death of Superman saga and all that stuff, then pick it up. But it is definitely good. The art is nice and the story is nice. So I'm going to end the review there with, yeah, definitely pick it up. Okay, with that said, this is Andrew saying peace out for now.